There comes a point where every business owner has to decide if you're building a business or just owning a job. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly why most pest control companies get stuck around 300,000 or just a solo route. Hey guys, I'm Jonas, Olson, the founder of Pest Badger. I've been in the service industry for 17 years. For the past 5 years, we've grown a pest control company from 1 location to 17 locations across 5 states. I use this channel to document how I think about building a service business, what's actually working for us. I wish my mentors would have documented their journey, so I'm documenting mine for you. So let's be honest, the first couple $100,000 comes pretty fast. You're out there grinding, you're saying yes to everything, and you're literally taking whatever work comes in. Friends and family usually sign up super early. Sometimes customers even follow you from your old company, but early momentum just makes everything feel easier than what it actually is. And by the time you're on that $300,000 in business, everything just starts to feel comfortable. Your route's pretty full, your phone's ringing, your bills just really aren't stressful anymore. And that's usually where you get to take a breath. And that's honestly where the growth silently just slows down and dies. At this point, you wake up and every single day is full. Your schedule's packed. You're servicing all day long. You're handling problems in between jobs, but you're not really gaining any ground. You're not really gaining any more profit. You're not really gaining any more revenue, but your days are getting longer. And then when you get home, you're doing billing and scheduling, and then you're going to bed and starting all over again. Also here, churn usually really is an issue because customers aren't leaving. You know them, they know you by first name, they trust you, you do good work, you're still answering phones. So again, the real issue isn't churn, it's just your capacity. And every single new customer has to try to fit in your already full schedule. And there just really isn't much room left, to be honest. You have some customers that are quarterly, you have some that are bi-monthly, and you have some that are monthly, especially like your commercial properties, right? But when you add it all up, you're usually around 500 to 600 stops every 3 months. And that's roughly, 8 or 9 stops a day. And then with inspections and your crawl space and bigger jobs like bed bugs, the week's just full. And there's just no extra room. Hold up, quick pause. If you're on a pest control company or fertilization weed control company, you're not in our Facebook group, you're choosing the harder path. Every operator that's in there is skipping years of mistakes because people are actually sharing what's working right now. So stop trying to brute force your way through growth alone. Search Pest Control Millionaires on Facebook or click the link below. And now let's get back to it. So at this stage, adding more customers usually isn't the answer. It's adding better customers. A lot of companies that I talk to are just carrying their old pricing still. Customers that signed up years ago and they've never raised prices on. When you do raise prices, a few things happen. First thing, some customers say yes and they stay with you. Some customers say no and they leave. Trust me, that is not a bad thing. When someone leaves because of price, it just creates space on your schedule, creates space on the route. It creates space for a customer who sees value in your service and who is willing to pay more. Again, you're not trying to fire customers, you're just trying to make more room, especially the ones that are further away. Raise those prices to bring your route in tighter. And at this stage, keeping every customer often costs you more than letting a few go. So again, raise prices, especially ones that are further out. Replace them with new customers that are paying more, that are within your route to keep your route tighter. And obviously at this stage, it's just you, so everything is running through you. You're doing the service work, you're handling the customer service complaints, you're answering the calls when you can. And most days you're in attics, like I said, you're in crawl spaces, you're doing jobs half the day, the phone rings. Typically, I hear all the time I miss 4 to 5 calls per day that are sales calls. But at the end of the day, like I said, you miss multiple calls. It's not because the demand's not there, it's just because you're busy doing the work. So the growth doesn't stop because people stop calling. It slows down because the business can only move as fast as you move. That's called your ceiling. So at this point is where the decision really shows up. Do you want to grow this business or do you want to stay a solo operator? And there's nothing wrong with either. So whichever one you pick, that's up to you. Some people are just happy running a tight route, making really good money, paying themselves $90,000 to $150,000 a year, keeping things super simple. The problem is saying that you want to grow while still running everything yourself. That's when the frustration just starts to show up. So just ask yourself this one question. If nothing changed for the next 3 years, would you be happy running the business exactly the way it is? And if that's yes, sure, run with what it is. That's no, then you have to start making some changes. Getting past this stage isn't about working harder. It's about deciding what no longer runs through you. So you're gonna have to start creating space in your schedule, tightening up that route, raising prices, making sure that those calls don't get missed so you can replace them with higher paying customers, and building a structure so that you can start adding more people to it. And at some point, the most important work isn't servicing, it's deciding what gets built next and starting to build out that small SOP to hire your first technician, getting some training put in place so you can hire your first technician, start taking some of those things off your plate. And if you're here right now, there's nothing wrong with that. You didn't mess it up. You just reached a stage where you have to choose what this business needs to become. And if you want to stay solo, that's fine. But if you want it to grow, then the way you run it has to change. So if you guys are stuck around this revenue mark or still a solo operator thinking about hiring your first technician or growing the company, hope this video is super valuable. Make sure to like and throw some comments below what was most valuable, and I'll see you guys on the next one.